Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik.
Jason.
And this week we watched Spider-Man Far From Home, directed by John Watts, written by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, starring Tom Holland, Samuel L. Jackson, and Jake Gyllenhaal. IMDb synopsis: following the events of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats in a world that has changed forever. What do you guys think?
I really like this movie. I was surprised. And I was also pissed off because he didn't bang the tall German lady.
Yeah.
That did not piss me off. He cared about someone else. Why would he go bang another woman?
Do you know what the odds of banging a lady like that are?
She was
Not good.
She was like a foot and a half taller than him.
That's right. Do you know what kind of ride that's like? You can't miss that.
Damn it, Eric.
The odds alone. I mean, that's like seeing a winning lottery ticket on the ground and then going, I really like the money I have. It doesn't work like that. You're like,
That's exactly what I'd say. I really like the
pick it
money I
up.
have, and this is going to
No.
go get added to it. And I'd pick up the lottery ticket and go, refund it.
Correct.
So at that point, you're basically you're siding with what Eric just said, though.
That's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I am.
Oh man. So I was really hoping when that lady shows up that she would have been the Mockingbird. She's like a SHIELD agent. See her in Agents of SHIELD and all that stuff. I was kind of hoping that that's who that would be. But I don't think that turns out who it is, because Agents of SHIELD shit is not involved at all in any of the fucking
Canon stuff.
yeah, unfortunately. Unless this new season puts him back in there. Who fucking knows?
I hope so.
It's supposed to be a whole bunch of fucking time travel-y shit and stuff, so. But.
So, with, wow, that was horrible. Go ahead.
At the end of this, though, it does give an opportunity for them to introduce Daredevil as Peter's lawyer, which would be fucking awesome.
Yes, there we go. That's what I was going to ask about. And then my mind went blank. You were on the same track I was with your train of thought.
So I'm hoping that if they do that, they pull in, oh goddamn, what's his name? Charlie Cox.
The Daredevil from Marvel. Just say that because I wouldn't know his name.
Charlie Cox. That would be awesome if they pulled him in and they actually kind of linked some of those Netflix Marvel shows, because he was a fucking excellent Daredevil. And this is kind of right up his alley of protecting heroes, also without unmasking them. So even though he's been
how
unmasked.
things are going nowadays, it'll be like Margaret Cho will be fucking Daredevil. We'll be like, what? This came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Not even the same name. It's weird. So,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I
think the guy that they had was great. I hope they do that, but we all know that they'll need some big Hollywood name. They'll have Ben Affleck return,
They'd better not. Well,
or,
now that he's got,
even better, they'll have Robert Pattinson be fucking Daredevil too. So we'll have sparkly Batman and Daredevil.
Oh man, those guys probably signed contracts so they can't fucking be in both movies.
I don't know.
It's probably why
I really. You want to know what I hope? I hope he goes a full 180 on his Batman voice and just does like a high pitched. Like, have you guys ever seen The Place Beyond the Pines?
No.
Never
Okay,
heard.
there's a scene where Ryan Gosling is robbing a bank and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, but it comes out as more of like a girl squeal.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of hope that's his Batman voice, because I think that'd be really funny. Drop the guns, but like way higher than that.
I just want him to be the college humor Batman and just like, putting people to sleep. Quotation mark.
Yeah. Well, Batman in the latest one was like that. He was just like running people over with his Batmobile. Oh, he's sleeping.
Well, but that Batman knew he killed people. He was just telling everybody he put them to sleep. That way they wouldn't, investigate it too much. It's Gotham. Nobody fucking cares. They're corrupt as shit there. So
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it really corrupt if you're like a good police officer and you see this guy who you've had in the system like 18 times that just keeps getting away with shit? Like, for instance, let's say Steve is a beat cop and Jason is his partner. And they go and they have to arrest the same guy who beats his old lady like 50 fucking, like all once a week. You guys are in there, arrest, and the lady's just beat to shit every time. And then you go there.
I
Well,
wouldn't be a very good cop because I'd bury the guy somewhere.
I'm just saying, like, let's just
Or
say
I'd
that
be
you
a good
guys
cop.
are by the book, not corrupt, right? So
That's
then
not
you go
corrupt.
in there.
It's doing the right thing.
Yeah, but still, like, I guess it
Yeah.
isn't corrupt because you're not taking money.
No,
So
it's
yeah,
literally I'm
you're by the
saving a
book.
woman's
Let's just say you're by the book, right? You're just not
Yeah.
going to do it. Like, for instance, I know Steve would not be involved in that because he'd be like, I could lose my pension over this. God damn it, Spear.
well, see, I would definitely be talking like that at all times, just because.
Yeah.
But see, the way we work it is Jason does all the dirty work, and I didn't know shit about it because
He
I'm the
just closes
trustworthy
his eyes
one.
and goes in the next room.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything, I
Oh,
swear.
I'm the trustworthy one.
What'd you do?
They
I was
asked me
asleep in the
about it.
car.
They asked me about it. I didn't see him do anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Steve will hear
It's
a big bang. And
plausible
I'll be like,
deniability.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I don't know how he rolled down the stairs and broke his neck. Oh.
So then you guys show up, right? And Batman has beat this guy to death because he's like heard it on the police scanner. He's like, that's enough of that shit. And he just goes down. There's like, he just tells his wife, he's like, don't worry, I put him to sleep for you. And sorry about hitting you in the face when you came at me, because that's what happens sometimes. And you guys would be like, oh shit, I think I got a plan now. And then the next one you go to, right? You guys just huck the guy out the window and then take the batarang you found on the crime scene and just stick it in him. Like Batman did that guy too.
Just pin it all on Batman.
Hell yeah. Batman's like, wait, I don't remember doing that one.
About 3 dead guys in, they'd be like, it's weird. We've got 3 batarangs we put into evidence, yet there's only 1 here. It's like it keeps getting taken back out.
You guys just you guys are just like, we got the bat signal. Hey, can we have a bunch of batarangs? And he's like, why?
We're gonna help you clean up crime.
We're gonna use it for crime related things. then you guys are chucking a guy at the window and Batman shows. This guy's Jason's landlord. He's a crook. Just
fucking slumlord.
Just getting down to the point where you guys are just chucking everybody out the window.
Oh, we live in Chico. All the landlords are crooks, so it makes sense.
Well, I mean, that's California for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Spider-Man, I thought they did a good job. I gotta say though, the whole time I was like, there's no way any of this dude's story is legit. I was actually really hoping that it was legit and that he seen his like dead wife and went crazy and then became Mysterio.
I'm glad they went with the way they went because that's fucking Mysterio. That's the way it plays out. They pulled it off amazing with this. When they're doing like the hologram thing where like Spider-Man ends up in the fucking snow globe and all that shit. And the whole crazy shit where he's trying to fuck with Spider-Man's brain and stuff, and then he gets hit by the car. That shit was just done so well. Like, it made me feel like the comic books right there.
I really, really enjoyed this one. Like, Mysterio was one of the best bad guys, and because most people probably already knew he was a bad guy like instantly because they probably knew the stories, but I didn't. So the way they did it, I had no clue he was a bad guy. I was like, who's this guy? Well, whatever. He's on the right side. He's helping the good guys. So for me, watching it like that, I was so completely tricked thinking there were actual like enemies going around. But
You're
I feel
all,
like,
fuck.
well, yeah, totally. But I think for people that really follow Spider-Man, they probably were a little less entertained. I could be wrong. Maybe not less entertained, but less surprised by things. Where I was just like, "Oh my god, it's just projections."
I feel like the majority of people have not seen or didn't even remember
Yeah, it's most likely.
Yeah,
I mean, the
so-
one that surprised me was the Samuel L. Jackson stuff. That's about the only thing that out of
where it
like the
wasn't
way
on the beach or
where he was a scroll the whole time.
oh
Yeah,
well, I mean, he
And-
needs a fucking vacation.
exactly.
was
A guy like that.
He was up in space on like a space station or something. It looked like.
Yeah, he was in the scroll ship from Captain Marvel, so he was taking them to go. He was going with them to go colonize some other place or some shit like that, trying to find a safe place for them from the Kree. So, and
I thought the
you know.
Skrulls were bad guys.
they are in the comic books, but not in here. So
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, that guy's a Skrull. Why is he? What the fuck is going on here? They're bad guys.
yeah, that's the big twist for Captain Marvel is the fact that they're not the bad guys. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I
spoiler
wouldn't
alert.
be. I wouldn't put it
so
past
she's
him
the
too,
bad
though.
guy.
What was that?
So she's the bad guy. I haven't seen the movie.
She was fighting for the bad guys until she figured out that they were the bad guys. Basically, she didn't know that they were the bad guys that she was fighting for until she
But
kind of
when-
put stuff together and like because there's the whole thing with Ronan, if you remember Guardians of the Galaxy 1, where he's like annihilating places that are like basically the way Kree planets were destroyed because they're she was fighting for the Kree. Ronan had destroyed Kree planets to make it look like the Skrulls had done it. So then, so she kind of figured it out, like with the help of what's his name? Oh fuck,
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury and the fucking lady on the goddamn planet that I can't remember, Marvel figured it out from all the stuff when she gets to Earth and shit like that. So. And figured out, oh yeah, okay, no. See, Ronan is the one who's been fucking everything up and causing this war. So, because he wanted to take over because he thought the Kree were too peace loving.
What?
Yeah,
I thought Ronan was a Kree. What the hell is going on?
he is, but he wanted to take over the government. So the way to do it was to make an enemy so that he could be the warlord and take out everybody. Kind of thing.
Oh, I see. So he's doing a Nazi fake out.
Yeah,
Okay. I guess that's a pretty common move.
apparently across all space.
I mean, yeah.
But
He's just flipping through his TV and he sees all these broadcasts of Hitler and he's like, I like his style. Let's do some of that.
and to him, all of that stuff was brand new because it's the first time he's
Yeah.
seen it.
Man, those guys' TV there sucks.
Oh man. So yeah,
That,
I thought all the tech and stuff like that was really cool that they were using. I really want them to do the rest of the Sinister Six this way, where they're all people that either worked for Tony or like were competitors of some sort. Like I feel like Norman Osborn would probably be a competitor of Tony and try to take over the Stark Industries and shit like that afterwards.
Who should
And,
they have that be?
I don't know who the fuck would be a good Norman Osborn. It's like William Dafoe did a really fucking good job with it.
Yeah.
But I assume they probably don't want to go somebody that old now. But I mean, Norman doesn't need to be a young dude either, so I don't know. You're gonna have to have somebody who can fucking suit up and fight Spidey with the fucking crazy goblin serum in him.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
They-
My favorite villain in the TV show, the animated series, was
Mhm.
Hobgoblin.
yeah, well, you're
Just
gonna
'cause
get
he was like-
Hobgoblin
Yeah.
possibly with because that's who Ned Leeds is. That's who his buddy is.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so the first Hobgoblin is Ned, and I've seen rumors that he will become the Hobgoblin sometime in this thing. If they do that, that's how they introduce Norman Osborn, because he's the one who's they're gonna be the ones who create the Goblin Serum, and then you can do something with Doc Ock somewhere in there. Either have him, be fired by Tony also, or possibly working for Norman at some point, because they're in the Ultimate Universe. He's this weird like goblin, fucking like a weird basement goblin that works for Norman Osborn and is like developing all this shit. So it's he's got like a weird characteristic in the Ultimate Universe, which most of this Spider-Man stuff is, most of this new Spider-Man movie stuff is all based on. So
I think they should go with like some old guy with some really rockin' man tits. like they did with that other
Fucking Alfred Molina. You
Yeah,
want-
where he's like,
Yeah.
man, look at those titties jiggle.
Oh
Shit.
man. I feel like
know-
that was one of my big issues with those old ones was I don't think they did a good job with Doc Ock in that old one because Doc Ock is like inherently a very narcissistic and like I'm better than everybody else, I'm smarter than everybody else around, and he didn't really play that off in that movie very well. He was way more humble in that movie and it didn't work for him. So
I do think that the original hobgoblin wow,
Green
words are
Goblin?
so hard. Yes, Green Goblin, thank you. I do think that he was an amazing guy for that part.
oh yeah,
and
no, William Dafoe really fucking did it or it worked. You know, he was really good at that. That's the word I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
I would not mind if they brought him back again somehow.
Well, they do bring back that J. Jonah Jameson, so I mean, there could be that other connection too if they had Willem Dafoe come in. Just don't fucking make Franco be his kid.
No,
Oh, jeez.
I didn't like him. I didn't care for him. But still,
He is not a very menacing guy. He's got
No.
like sad eyes or something. He's not like he doesn't seem mean. I
Yeah,
don't know how to describe it.
no.
No,
I'd like to see somebody like I don't know, like the characters I always thought were like underdeveloped in the comics and stuff was like the Lizard, because he's like kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Have anybody be the guy, you know. And then there was that other guy that no, I'm thinking of Batman on that one. There's no Clayface on this one. What the hell is that guy's name?
there's the Chameleon, and then there's Sandman.
Oh yeah, well they've already had Sandman.
Yeah,
I like I mean, I don't know who the hell they'd have as the Green Goblin, but I'm sure they'll pick somebody.
yeah.
You know,
I think
I,
I want to see the Rhino be done. I think that would be really fun to see.
didn't they already do the Rhino?
Kinda. They did it in the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield.
But it was just like a little brief thing, right? It wasn't like
very
a whole movie.
super brief. He is in the Rhino suit for seconds at the very end of that movie, and that is it. But you do get to see some of the other suits that I was kind of upset we didn't get another Amazing Spider-Man movie because we could have seen another cool villain with some of the shit they were showing. They were showing some, like, I think they had like the Scorpion suit. They had a Doc Ock suit for sure. And then
I feel like they've finally done the best though on this newest Spider-Man. Like they finally have gotten everything worked out to where it just works well.
Well, when you've got Marvel helping actually cast it and stuff like that, and they're whoever they've got doing their shit, it's kind of hard for them not to do well. I mean, not to say it doesn't happen. There are some Marvel movies that aren't the best, but they've kind of hit it out of the park almost every time. So
yeah.
like Tom Holland
Well,
is a
they've
fucking
already
excellent Spider-Man.
Yeah, and they've already had like the Scorpion. They should just have him and
Oh yeah, no, I
don't know,
want
maybe
yeah.
Hobgoblin be like doing arms deals or something, or maybe him and Tombstone is the guy I was thinking of.
Tombstone's a cool one.
Yeah,
he-
they could
Tombstone's
have-
all right.
He's very, he would be, he's I mean, when you throw a Tombstone in, you can throw in like Hammerhead, so you've got another
Yeah.
mob, so you can just have kind of a mobby kind of movie, because that would also throw the Rhino in there, because he is
Yeah,
kind of indebted to like the Russian mob and shit like that, and then he gets a suit. I mean, if they threw in like Alistair Smythe, something like that, where J. Jonah Jameson hires Smythe to fucking build the suits for these guys to take out the spider, because that's kind of what he does in the comics and the animated series and stuff. So he hires this guy to make the spider hunters and shit like that. So like giant spider robots that are chasing after Spidey. But also he helped make like a suit for the Rhino, and he suited up the Scorpion, shit like that. So if they had like an Alistair Smythe come in, start suiting these guys up for the mob, maybe you can even introduce the Kingpin somewhere in here. That'd be cool. So,
I feel like at this point they got to use Vincent D'Onofrio again.
of course, once again, they gotta, and if they do that, that's why they need to have Charlie Cox be fucking Daredevil, because then you've got that connection right there, and you've got you've got D'Onofrio. His Kingpin knows who Daredevil is, so it's kind of like that whole thing. Maybe Spidey's got to go in and help Daredevil help, or I don't know how you get rid of that fucking memory. You have to like wipe his brain or some shit because he knows. So
You said Cox.
I did many times.
Well,
I didn't
think
hear
they
a
should-
word you said after you said Cox, though.
Jason was just transfixed by the cock.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see him, just have the Netflix series going again.
That would
but
be awesome.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's like I was watching like the latest season of Jessica Jones. I thought that was pretty good.
I have
No.
not. Wait, have I watched it? Yeah, no, I've watched it.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't the best season they had, but it was definitely pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think still the first season of Jessica Jones is fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, that's because the villain is like,
Well, yeah, David Tennant's
great.
awesome.
There's a great guy that's playing a villain.
I've never made it past like episode 3 or 4 on that show.
You're
That's
missing
pretty
out.
good. It takes like a few episodes to get into it, and then once you do, you're like, oh, this is cool.
Well, that's how I was with Deep Space Nine. It's like probably the whole half of the first season, I was just not into it. But Steve's like, it gets better, so I just kept watching, and I ended up getting really into it. Like the whole first half of the first season is just crap.
Yeah, it's just a lot of setup and stuff like that. So
Yeah, a lot of
Where'd you
character
guys watch
development.
that on?
Back in
It's
the
probably
day, I would
Netflix
have watched
still.
it on Netflix probably.
because it's still on
Shit,
Netflix.
it was Netflix.
Yeah,
Hmm.
all the Star
Yeah, I've
Trek
never
stuff is
seen
on Netflix right now, except for the new stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
If you're
think I've
looking
seen
for
a
a Star
few
Trek to watch,
episodes.
watch it.
Because there's like, is that the one with the shapeshifter dude and the?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I thought that was pretty cool. I think I've seen like 2 episodes, and it wasn't on at some time I could watch it when I was a kid.
yeah. I feel like
Also,
that's how
it's
all
like-
the Star Trek was. It was always on at weird times.
Oh
Back in
yeah,
the
and I
day.
was always like, why can't this shapeshifter utilize his fucking powers better? He's an idiot. No, just shapeshift into that guy and confuse him, you dumbass. That would work on every new person. Wait, you're me? What the hell? That would work on every fucking new person you had to fuck with. That's
See-
all I would do if I was a shapeshifter. I'd be like, oh, the tax guy's showing up. Hold on. And then I'd look like the tax guy. I'd be like, hey, what are you doing in my body? And the guy'd be like, oh, shit.
Oh man, I got to get out of his body.
What
And
the
then you-
hell?
Then he would turn into somebody like me, and I would like grab his junk and be like, "It's not gay, it's masturbation."
God damn it, dude. So speaking of shape-shifting, that also brings in how Spidey can get away from this whole Peter Parker Spider-Man thing, where they have either a scroll go around playing Peter, or if they have super scrolls in this, the guys who can also mimic superpowers, and have Peter Parker, walking around normal, and have somebody dressed as Spider-Man swinging around and shit like that. So that way you can go, well, yeah, I'm definitely not Spider-Man. Look, he's over there.
I mean, all he
Spider-Man
needs to
swings
do
by,
is
and
just,
Peter
is just
Parker
get
and
on
this
there and be
group of
like,
people.
"Nuh-uh."
Just say "nuh-uh," and that's done.
Just get on the TV and be like, "Nuh-uh, I'm a fucking regular high school kid. This guy is trying." You should just basically take a fucking couple pages out of the Orange Man's playbook and be like, just do that. Fake news. That's all. He just tweet out fake news.
God damn it.
Bullshit.
that's
He tweets
uh,
out.
that's
tweets out-
Jameson's thing, man.
He
What's
tweets
that?
out from his Spider-Man account that is "I'm the real Spider-Man" at Twitter.
Yeah.
Fake news.
I'm not some 16-year-old little dildo kid like that.
Oh man, that'd be Jameson's thing. He'd be fucking spouting about fake news and all this shit.
Well, how the hell is he going to get hired by Jameson? That's what I want to know.
So what they could do is do. There's another one in the comics where there's this girl named Silk, and she got bit by the same spider that bites Peter, and basically she works for Jameson when he works at a company similar to what you see in this, where it's like a news agency, like an internet kind of thing. So you could just introduce her, and she'll be the kind of, he's going to have to go work somewhere else. He still has to go to college. So send him to fucking college. That's where some shit will go down, and maybe he'll meet Gwen Stacy there too. So there's that kind of thing going on. But so then we have the Jackal in there because there's a whole thing with Gwen Stacy and the Jackal where he's like a cloning people and he clones Peter Parker. He's in love with Gwen Stacy, but he's like a fucking 50-year-old fucking scientist or like a professor or whatever. So it's all creepy and shit like that.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's
So.
gross as fuck.
Yep.
Ugh.
But I think if they introduce Silk, they could help kind of build out that Spider-Man world a little bit more because I know they're trying to. I think they're going to split off after this next movie from the MCU, so they can do their own things. We're getting the Morbius movie.
So they can lose money like crazy. That's a good plan.
I don't know.
Then
They
we
did.
can,
They did a pretty good job with Venom. Venom got was pretty well received. Except he was a little slimy.
Well,
But
you know what I mean.
yeah.
I mean, it's not, because whoever cast this did a great job. Like, I can't see John Favreau as anybody but Happy Hogan at this point.
Yeah, no, he needs to carry over. Like, if they're gonna split off, they need to have some kind of deal where it's like, all right, Happy is still in here, right? He's still kind of coming around.
Splitting off over fucking money.
Yeah.
That's it. Like that's a dumbass reason.
Well, I think there's also a little bit of like they want to do all these villains and stuff like that, and I feel like they're like, well, how do we do this? How do we put Spider-Man with the villains that we've created? Like they're probably thinking, how do we put Spider-Man with the Venom movie kind of thing? And it's like, well, just fucking do it. I don't see why there's a problem, but you know how fucking execs are. They're like, well, that Spider-Man doesn't exist with this Venom and blah blah blah, and that's our IP, so we got to make money off of this, and just I don't know, fucking dumb bullshit, stupid contract crap.
Just I mean, the whole thing is like I said. There's like this thing, right, where you have like, I don't know, like let's say you're at your work and you've got this really annoying guy, right? But he does all the work in the company, and everybody's like, man, I wish we didn't need this fucking guy, right? And then that guy goes away, and then the company just tanks. Well, that's what the MCU is doing for Spider-Man. They're annoying and they want a lot of money, but that's why it's working.
Yeah.
I mean, like I didn't really care for the movies where they had 15 Spider-Man villains all in one movie.
No, they need to
where they have one or two like really fucking dangerous ones, where you're like, oh shit, like this was pretty good. Mysterio is just like a crazy dude, and I mean, I'd like to see him just face off against like the fucking Scorpion and just have his whole movie. Like the Scorpion's like fucking people up with his fucking scorpion shit.
cool ass Scorpion suit.
Yeah. Just like chopping people in half and like, I mean, now I guess with everybody knowing who Spider-Man is, they can fuck with Aunt May a lot more.
Yeah.
Which will give people like, Tombstone or what the hell's the one? Bullseye, I guess, is the one in this one.
So Bullseye is a Daredevil villain. He does go against Spider-Man every once in a while, but everybody goes against everybody. What was the fucking guy that kills Aunt May? Is it I think it's Crossbones kills Aunt May.
Yeah, they could have fucking Craven do it. He could just
that would actually, I think that would work out. Like somebody, one of these mob guys hires Craven to fucking track him down.
Yeah.
And Craven's like this crazy fucking awesome tracker. Maybe he has some of the shit from Black Panther, or something similar.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then that gives him some superpowered. Yeah. Because he kind of goes into that kind of style of things. He's very spiritual with the stuff. Like when he's hunting Spider-Man, he's hunting the spider totem is what he's going after. So
yeah,
it could do the same fucking thing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, holy shit, this guy's going to fuck up Spider-Man.
Well, and if you want to connect some stuff a little bit more too, you have Craven show up somewhere in the Black Panther movie. It doesn't even have to be like a big part. He is just maybe somebody who got caught stealing this shit one time, or he doesn't get caught or something, or somebody's selling it,
or maybe he gets away from Black Panther.
Yeah,
like that'd be cool too. He fucking outruns him or something, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
how the fuck did that happen? And then Black Panther could show up in the Spider-Man movie to help him.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool team up. See, that's not going to happen if they split off from the MCU.
It's very true. Not going to happen.
They just fuck themselves. That would be a much better movie because I feel like the Black Panther would balance out with Spider-Man.
Yeah. It would,
You know?
you could teach him some lessons too. Spidey needs some more. He's still young, needs some stuff. Although Black Panther, at least in the first Black Panther movie, he's still kind of learning how to do all this shit too, because he just gets the suit and the fucking or the the powers in like the movie right before that. So
I
still kind
gotta
of
say
trying to
though, I
figure
would
out.
love to see Spider-Man working underneath Black Panther's sister, where she's teaching him how to make cool shit.
Oh, that would be awesome. She makes him an
Yeah.
awesome fucking Black Panther style Spider-Man suit.
Or just augments the one he's got with like the cool the cool kinetic absorption thing.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. It'd be like, oh, good. See, you can't have that if you set. Like, we could even have Spider-Man goes into space.
They already
I want to
Again.
see that movie.
They already did that.
I do like Nick Fury's like, bitch, you've been to space.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, but that was just an accident. It wasn't really on
Yeah.
purpose.
It's like, how do you accidentally go to space? Come on, man.
I was stuck to the ship.
That is
And
pretty
then
much what
the
he said.
Iron Man guy told me I couldn't leave. He held me captive. I didn't know what to do.
Oh man.
God, I could not imagine having spider powers and thinking that the idea would be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stick to the side of the ship going into orbit. This is a great plan.
Yeah, especially somebody who's intelligent like Peter's supposed to be, and
Yeah.
then do that. It's like, yeah, this is totally gonna work. I'm gonna stop this big ship. Yep.
Yep.
He should have
Yeah,
just
this is-
grabbed onto the side of it and shot a web down to the ground and just pulled it back down. I mean, that's the way it works, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Those webs just go so far.
They do, and they're so strong.
They're pretty strong, but
Well-
I don't think they're that strong.
They couldn't quite hold a ship back together, so
Yeah.
No. You know what I'd really like to see? This is completely separate from MCU, but I actually was like, they should have just killed Superman off in the Justice League movie.
Uh-huh.
Like, they should have just left him dead.
Oh, and
think
then
that
they could
would
just
make the
continue with the
DC
Justice League
universe-
thing
Without
without, Super.
Superman. Because he's like this annoying plot hole,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like, well, if fucking Superman shows up, like, what are these other guys going to do? Well, I don't know.
We have to have a
You know, I
villain
th- I
strong
think-
enough that these guys can face against, but
Yeah.
not so or weak enough so these guys can go against him, but not so strong that he's just gonna wipe them out. But then when Superman comes in, he's got to be strong enough to be able to face off against Superman also. How the fuck do you balance that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what they should do, because at one point in Superman comics, that he split up and he was like Superman Red and Blue, and it
Mhm.
wasn't like good and bad. He had like one guy had I don't remember if they actually was split off, but one guy had like some pretty cool electrical powers, but he wasn't like super strong or anything. I think that's what they should do with Superman. Like just be like, no, we're not gonna do this super strength crap anymore because it's just too hard. Like Shazam, he's a little kid, so he's got inexperience to deal with.
Yeah.
So that's better, right? Superman's like, oh, I'm dumb, and then he does dumb shit, and he doesn't like, I mean, basically the only thing that Superman had going for him is that you had Henry Cavill playing him.
Yeah.
That's it. So with that gone, like, what are they gonna do? They need to just do something different.
I don't think they're gonna do
Yeah,
any more
they need-
Justice League movies, at least not for a long time.
No.
We're gonna get the
I mean-
standalone movies, which is fine because Wonder Woman was awesome. Aquaman was awesome. I know that they were talking about introducing the Green Lanterns. They did it in Justice League?
Yeah.
They introduced them in like the flashback stuff. So
Oh,
There's-
they did. That's right.
yeah, so there was talk about having a Green Lantern either show up in one of these movies or have his own movie, kind of thing.
Maybe
So
they just need Superman to get pissed off and leave, like Dr. Manhattan did.
yeah, I'm fucking done. All right. Fuck you guys.
I'm going home. Like, what they should do is have the opening scene of some movie be Lois Lane dumping Superman, like in public. You're a fucking bullshit guy, blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck out of here. And then he leaves. He's like, fuck you guys. I'm taking my toys and going home. And then that's it. He's just gone. And then everybody can move on with their fucking life.
And he's
And,
not very smart, so he doesn't remember until he gets too far away that he doesn't have a home anymore because it blew up.
Yeah. And then he
I-
can die in space like a good fucking alien.
There you go. I think if they did a Spider-Man movie, or Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, if they took a Superman movie and somehow put some more comedy into it, it might make it better.
That's what they did with Shazam.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did with Shazam, and it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the difference is like Shazam's a 14-year-old kid, and there's a lot of humor with a 14-year-old kid.
And I think that's why it was fun to watch Aquaman also, because there was a lot of good humor in that too.
Yeah, see,
So.
that's the thing, though. You know,
Yeah.
Superman has never laughed in a comic ever. He just can't do it. I almost think they need to just like have him be paralyzed or something. Like maybe Lex Luthor shoots him in the spine with a bullet, and then he's like paralyzed.
Yeah.
He's
So
super
he has to
strong,
do
but
something different.
he's super strong but in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He'd use his super breath to like blow himself around, so he doesn't have to use any
Now-
kind of crazy
Now,
wheelchair
that
thing.
would be funny to see him blow himself out. Like, okay, so let's say he gets shot right in the neck, so he doesn't have any arm or leg movement,
Yeah.
but he blows really hard, and you just see him ragdolling like at people, and then trying to knock him over, and then he's like biting their like ankle. Nah, I got him. I'll bite this leg right off.
All right. If Superman is paralyzed, can he still fly? Is there something in him that makes him fly that he needs the rest of his body, or is it like some kind of weird telekinetic ability?
I think it's a weird telekinetic ability.
So then
but
he'd still
they
be able
could
to fly,
just- They
right?
could just. I think it. Well, fuck, the flying would be hilarious too,
'Cause it'd just be hanging- yeah.
smashing into him. You know.
He could just take and laser eye his arms and legs off, so he'd just be a torso and head flopping around.
Then they could just call him the Human Bullet.
That is a guy, though, isn't it?
I have no idea, but that would be fucking fun to watch. You just watch him like fling himself into shit, just like completely annihilating shit on accident. Oh fuck! I gotta quit the superhero shit. Everybody found out my secret identity when I, became paralyzed the same time as my alter ego.
There's a guy named
Fucking-
Bullet Man who wears a bullet on
What?
his head.
Please don't tell me. Is that
flies.
DC?
It is DC.
Jesus Christ, DC! What the hell?
It was
Well, it
originally a
costs-
Fawcett comic, so same guys who did Shazam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a, what is his fucking powers? He's got a helmet, I think it's a gravity regulator helmet that grants him flight and bullet deflection.
So instead of fucking inventing like a UFO, Jackass makes himself a helmet so he can break his body flinging into shit.
Well, he
What a
also
dipshit.
has chemically induced superhuman strength and intelligence. So he takes a
So
drug.
he's on roids too.
Yeah, he takes
So
drugs.
he's a roided out freak who flies around and breaks his body on
and
buildings.
smashes stuff with his head.
This guy's a real idiot.
Oh man,
This
he
sounds
looks
exactly like Superman with some
looks-
fucking back problems.
looks real fucking dumb too. There's a picture for everybody. It's real small. Sorry about that. Oh man.
I mean, that's how they could, that way, because I think DC has a lot of interesting people in it.
Yeah,
But
they
it's
just
not
haven't
like-
gone into it in the fucking
Yeah.
movies at all.
It's like the Martian Manhunter has
Yeah.
a really easy, like the flames, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they could just power him. I think the main thing they got to do is just tone his fucking powers down a whole bunch. Like Superman, everybody's like, he's so powerful, but Martian Manhunter is supposed to be actually like, equal to Superman. But they could just tone his powers down.
I mean, that's what they've been
And he-
doing with the
you know.
Marvel movies, like the Hulk and things like that. That dude
Yeah, it makes
is
it
stopped. That guy's stopped way easier than he should be stopped, and it makes, like you said, it makes it a better movie. It's they're
Yeah.
not, having somebody who's fucking nigh invincible is kind of boring to watch.
Yeah, the only way they could have a Superman movie that would pay off is to have him like race against the clock.
Yeah,
Where if
Make
he
it a
doesn't manage
24-esque,
to get this stuff
kinda thing.
done quickly enough. Yeah, basically like somebody throws Lois off a bridge, but there's a bomb in the city and he's got to like
Wouldn't
get
work.
through to some villains and then fucking do some. The thing is, Superman's just such a fucking dildo.
You
None
would
of that
only go
would work.
after
Flying-
Lois.
He would just go fly and grab Lois and then set her down super speed, shattering every bone in her body, and then fly back and grab the bomb and take it into space and explode it, and he'd be fine because he's fucking Superman.
Well, also, if
You
it didn't
know.
work out, he'd be like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna have to fly backwards around the Earth for a minute to reverse time, so I can try again."
I mean, I want to see the opening scene of it where Lex Luthor knocks on his apartment door, and when he opens, he buckshots his face with fucking kryptonite bullets.
Yeah.
And then just that's it. Superman has like no powers, or he's really weak. Because then Superman would be a compelling guy again, except for he's still like an idiot. I just read an article that said Superman's the least competent hero. And I
you're
was
like,
I
you're
totally
like, yes,
agree.
he is.
Well, the universe that Superman is actually in is filled with
like,
people with the IQ of
like Robert says, he just plays on easy mode. Basically, Superman was like / admin commands, God mode. Ha, I win. And he doesn't have like that's what the Doomsday fight was supposed to be, is somebody who could beat his ass that he has to like actually try for.
Yeah.
And
that's-
you know,
That's the thing with him, though. He's like the universe he's in. Everybody is so incredibly stupid because it's like he'll walk up and be like, "Hi, I'm so and so." I can't think of Superman's name.
Clark
Clark
Kent.
Kent.
I'm Clark Kent, and then he takes his glasses off, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're Superman!" And he puts them back on. They're like, "Oh, hey, Clark Kent." Like they have no idea it's the same guy.
I see this picture of Mike Smith and Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, and I could tell you what, some glasses make a huge difference. And that's the problem. They need to have fucking Clark Kent have the fucking Bubbles googly eye glasses.
Oh man,
Well, yeah,
that'd be
that would help.
hilarious.
Fuck that. Let's just have Mike Smith be fucking Superman. That'd be hilarious. Have him be Bubbles as fucking Clark Kent. So he's a trailer park guy. Holy shit, that would make it a lot more funny.
God damn it.
I would watch
I don't know if I should be doing that, you know? And he's a Canadian. That makes a lot more
This
sense.
is what
than
happens
some-
if Superman lands. We had the red sun. Now we've got the maple.
Yeah,
Now we've got the
yeah.
maple sun.
the maple sun. That's what we need. Just
Oh, man.
Bubbles being Superman, and he's
Yeah.
fat too.
Yeah.
Would I
Fucking
like
loves
that?
hockey
Big
and
Yeah. Rookie, can you believe this? I'm fucking Superman. What? Who the hell's Superman? Bubbles?
God damn it.
This is fucking That'd be fucking funny. I don't know. I mean, you know, but like the Spider-Man universe, there's like a crap load of stuff they could do. There's so many. He's got so many villains. You
Yeah.
know, and they're all pretty colorful villains. Like so Spider-Man, I always thought was like Marvel's equivalent of Batman.
Yeah, because
The
he
villains and
uses his
stuff are as
fucking
compelling as Batman's.
yeah, and he uses his fucking brains a lot to figure out the stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just super strength. I can go punch somebody to fucking defeat him. You know, he
Yeah.
figures it out. So
Or Captain America, the Hank Hill of the fucking Marvel universe.
Oh, Captain America. Man, I've watched all those fucking movies again, and I fucking really like those now. I remember watching the
Yeah.
first one and being like, meh. And I watched it again, and I'm like, God damn, this is a really fucking good movie. Just because, I don't know.
Captain America's?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I agree with that. They were pretty good. I just when we just rewatched Avengers Endgame,
mhm.
and I was like, this is actually that was like a race against the time, like a difficult thing. I gotta say though, if they have something like that ever happen again without Tony Stark, they're fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because Tony Stark was the guy who figured out every fucking important problem in the history of that fucking thing.
Yeah, you've got like fucking Bruce Banner there trying to figure it out. It's like, I'm not this kind of scientist. What are you fucking trying to get me to do here?
He's like, I fuck things up and give myself superpowers. That's the kind of scientist I am.
I make gamma bombs and shit. Come on.
I mean, I just I gotta get drunk and go and nuke myself. That's what I do.
Oh, man.
So talking about the old movies, Iron Man, I did not care for. I think it was the third one where he was racing the F1 car, and then gets
That was the
attacked
second
by
one.
the guy. Second
That's the
one. Then
second
the
one.
second one was the one I didn't care for. So, like, just the whole movie felt like it was forced to me.
I liked that they introduced Justin Hammer. Like, I thought that was was cool. I did not like Whiplash. I thought that was he's just kind of lame
That's
to
his
me.
name, the
I
lightning
thought
whip guy.
Could
Yeah.
have done a better job because that guy was smart enough to not show up with a crappy suit.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing, like he made a fucking working arc reactor, and his move is like, let's make some shitty whips and be completely fucking exposed.
Yeah.
That seems like, honestly, that seems like something I would do if I found an arc reactor. Well, I think I could make this work. Well,
I
aren't
just
you
hook
gonna
these
finish the
wires up.
rest of
It'll be
it?
all right.
That's a lot of shit. I don't know. I can't figure the rest of this out. I'm just gonna make this work.
You know what would happen? The second you turn that on, though, it would just smell like burning hair constantly.
Oh yeah,
'Cause it's just-
it'd be terrible.
oh man, you'd be a puffball
Burning
too.
Russian vodka soaked hair.
Well, I was actually just
It
picturing
would be-
Eric out in the woods, turn those things on, just whipping trees down left and right.
No. Tony Stark shows up and is gonna beat me up because I'm killing trees. I'm like, this is my job, you jackass. Get out of here. And I'm literally got my fat gut and everything. I'm like, what? I like
And no
cheeseburgers.
shirt.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, the shirt
Just
burned
like-
off.
The shirt burned off, so
Yeah.
yeah, no shirt. Luckily, he was wearing I don't know, silver laced underwear, so they're still there.
Silver
He's
laced
wearing
underwear.
silver underwear. What?
Well,
Jason,
they
just picturing me in a thong is all he said.
they make socks and they make underwear and stuff like that with like silver in them somehow, and that way because it's an antimicrobial, and it makes it so that they don't smell or anything
Wait,
if
are we
you're a smelly
sponsored by
person.
them now? Because I would
No.
definitely wear those underwear. I need some antimicrobial underwear, although I think the microbes are the only thing holding my underwear together. At this point.
God damn it.
That is
Oh,
the funniest
fuck.
shit I've heard in weeks.
God damn it. Oh, the fucking Night Monkey stuff was awesome. Just
Yeah.
them yelling about Night Monkey all over the place. People being afraid of Night Monkey.
So his buddy's girlfriend, that's like, isn't that like Silver Sable in the future or something?
No, she's just Betty Brant. She works at the fucking Bugle.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I thought what the hell's Silver Sable's name?
Just it's like Sables. She's got like a Eastern European
Oh.
name.
Okay, I thought for some reason her name was started with a B, and then I was
No.
like, she kind of looks like she could be that lady.
No, she is like Ned's girlfriend in the comics. She works at the Bugle, and that's the right fucking place, right? Am I getting that wrong?
Yeah,
It's
the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, I'm just fucking. We were talking about Superman.
that's
I'm
right.
like, is that right? No, okay, yeah.
No,
Um,
no, the Superman's is like any crappy paper will hire any dipshit to write news articles.
Yeah.
No, it's the New York Times now.
But yeah, no, she's a reporter. She works at the Bugle and does her thing. She ends up having her own like blog or something like that after shit goes down with the Bugle. Yeah, she doesn't really have much in the things besides kind of being like Peter's friend and his kind of contact of the Bugle for a little
I
bit.
want to
so.
see more with Ned. Like the next movie, they need to do something with Ned to make him like part of the action.
Well, I think, like I said, I think they're gonna make him into the Hobgoblin. So,
Holy shit! You mean his buddy?
yeah, that's who Ned is. Yeah.
Holy I didn't realize that when you said that. I thought he was like one of the guys in the first thing that got arrested, that he threw off the boat.
Oh yeah,
But that
no.
would be awesome if that was the guy.
Yeah, so like somewhere in here, I'm assuming they'll introduce Norman Osborn, so that you can have kind of that's the Goblin formula somewhere, and then Ned somehow gets a hold of it, I guess, or it gets in him, and he becomes the fucking Hobgoblin, and that's Spidey's fucking fight in the next one or something like
Do you
that.
think
That'd be kind
they'll
of cool.
have him lose a bunch of weight for that? Or they just be like,
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I don't. It's like he probably should, right? I mean, that's the Hobgoblin thing. The Goblin formula is supposed to make you into like peak fighting.
it's like a super soldier serum, basically.
You know what they're
Yeah.
gonna
It
do
makes you
though?
crazy.
Yeah,
They've already done the peak fighting thing once. This one's gonna make you short, pudgy, with little pointy ears, turn your skin slightly green, and you're gonna look like a goblin with a big hook nose.
but he's not going to be a challenge then.
No, he'd be a super challenge because you're still super strong. You're just, you look like a goblin that should be under a bridge or something.
Except Ned is like the same height or taller than Spidey is in this movie. He's like
That's why I said it makes him shorter.
he's gonna have to hunch down. They're gonna get Andy Serkis in here to play fucking Hobgoblin when he's transformed.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna have Spider-Man versus Gollum.
Yeah.
That's right. Spider-Man versus Gollum. Only Gollum will have big pointy ears and a hook nose.
I wonder if Viggo Mortensen would be like able. I wonder how he would be as fucking Norman Osborn.
He could do it. You could see him as
Or-
like as Craven too, though.
Yeah, or Tombstone. I think
Yeah.
he'd be a good Tombstone. Yeah, that'd be cool though. Seeing him as Craven, I would buy that. Hell, we'd all buy that.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they've announced anything about. All I've seen is rumors about Hobgoblin showing up, but I haven't seen anything about like what's happening in the next Spider-Man movie because it was all up in the air after the whole fucking Marvel Sony thing.
I thought they came to an agreement.
They did, but after that, I haven't heard anything new. So
Oh, maybe they're just gonna see how it plays out.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
If I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
If I'm correct, wasn't it Sony was refusing to give Disney a fair share?
No, so Disney wanted a bigger thing of it. They
Well,
wanted
yeah,
to
but
go.
I thought Disney was only getting like 30% or something, and Sony refused to give them any more.
I think I don't remember the whole deal, but it was something like Disney wanted more control, but they also were willing to put more money in, so they wanted a 50-50 share of the thing. And Sony didn't want Disney to have more control. They wanted to kind of keep it the way it was, so that it's like, they have not veto say, but they have like consultants kind of help, keep everything together.
Sony is stupid.
But
I
they made a
mean,
deal, so
Well, Sony's just stupid though, because that didn't work out for them in the past when they were trying to do it without Disney's help. They're
Well,
not very good at making superhero movies.
in the past they didn't have to deal with Disney with Super Spider-Man. They made
Yeah.
their own Spider-Man movies.
Which
It's
is
just
why
what
they
they did.
sucked.
I didn't think they sucked. I
Well,
thought they were good in their own
I know
ways.
for a fact that one of them was good, and then a bunch of them were like okay. Like
Yeah.
I know that. Okay, so the one that had the symbiote thing in it, that one I'm gonna say that one was pretty close to being sucky.
Oh yeah, no. Spider-Man
First
3
movie-
with fucking
That was
Tobey
the
Maguire.
shit.
Tobey Maguire was not good. The Spider-Man 3
No.
sucked. That was not a
Yeah.
great movie.
The first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man wasn't bad though.
I thought
No.
Tobey Maguire was really good in that Spider-Man, but I think he
Yeah.
was too old. I can't believe him as a high school student in that movie. He is way too fucking old to be a high school
Oh, he
student.
wasn't in college. I
No.
never paid any attention.
He's
to
in
it. I just
college in the
assumed he was
next
a
two.
college student.
Yeah, he's in college in the next two. And he looked like he was fucking in his 30s, which he probably was in his 30s at that time. He just didn't work. But and then you've got
Well, that's
like
the decision to cast fucking Eric Foreman as fucking Venom.
fucking a moron. I don't
Like,
know. That was the biggest
the
dumb
hell?
thing because Eddie Brock is supposed
They
to be a
would have been
big
better
dude.
off with Ashton Kutcher or Hyde. Either one of them
Yeah,
would have been a better choice than Eric Foreman.
yeah,
Like, hey, I mean, Eric Foreman looks more like Spider-Man.
yeah. No, that was the thing is like, why did you fuckers do that? Like, maybe if they did like a Jackal movie where they had Spider-Man's clone and then they had fucking Topher Grace play, fucking, one of the clones. Because they don't, for whatever reason, the clones don't look.
Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire. Anyways, he was.
He looked younger. Yeah, he looked younger.
Yeah.
He probably would have quipped a lot better too, because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man did not quip. He couldn't throw those fucking one-liners out at all. I think that was his biggest failing as Spider-Man was he just didn't have that down. Where like Tom Holland has that. I think Andrew Garfield did a really good job of that too. Like he was pretty quippy. I don't think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was as smart as the other ones too. He doesn't
He doesn't seem smart. He seems dumb.
He doesn't seem as intelligent as the other two, where like Andrew Garfield seemed too cool to me. Like he was supposed to be a nerdy dude and stuff like that, and he just seemed kind of too cool to be Spider-Man in that. Not the way he was supposed to be.
Him play like Victor Von Doom as a kid.
Yeah.
Like do kind of a Dr. Venture college thing
Mhm.
where they just have Doom as like his first appearances in that, and then
Yeah.
maybe they could have Mr. Fantastic blow him up or something, and then have him get all pissed off, be like, "I fucking hate you, buddy," except in an accent.
Well, I'm hoping that they finally introduce that whole thing where we get a fucking that would be awesome if they did Doom correctly, and then had him to be the big bad for the next next phase or whatever. Because if he gets a hold of a cosmic cube, that could fucking make him that makes him as powerful or more powerful than Thanos kind of villain. So
Is it fucked up? But I really want Von Doom at this point to be fucking Dwight Schrute, just because Jim is supposed to play Mr. Fantastic. So seeing fucking Dwight as Von Doom would just be fucking hilarious.
be really funny.
Yeah, and then have Pam be fucking Mrs. Fantastic. That'd be hilarious.
God damn
But
it.
you know what would be the fucking funny is having Stanley play fucking one of the guys like The Thing or something.
Oh man, that would be great. He'd just be sitting back fucking doing Sudoku or whatever the fuck he's doing.
Yeah. Then they could have Ryan as the Human Torch. That'd be the funniest fucking thing. We'd be like, what the fuck? Everybody from The Office is in this fucking movie.
Oh man, they're like,
What the
yeah,
hell
we
is
just
going
decided
on?
the other movies just didn't work out, so we're just gonna go the complete other way. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
serious at all. It's gonna be fucking
Yeah.
great.
Have it turn out they're just on DMT the whole time and they're just fucking all looped out. They think they have superpowers, and they just show like a scene from The Office where they're just rolling around the fucking office.
Ryan's running around with fucking lighter,
I'm
lighting
on
stuff
fire,
on fire.
I'm on Ryan started the fire.
Stanley's throwing rocks at people.
Yeah, I'm the Thing. I crushed you.
Oh fuck.
So I can have Creed be like, I don't know, somebody. I can't even think of it right now. I'm one of the Beyonders.
Fucking
I'm
Creed.
Galactus.
Creed be I was gonna say he can be Galactus. He's just eating shit in the office. Oh fuck.
Fucking, that'd be fucking funny.
It would be.
I wonder if what the hell's that guy's name? Timothy Olyphant probably be a good Norman Osborn.
Yeah, he would. That'd
Yeah.
be pretty good. He
Because
gets
I
fucking
think
he
he
gets the
could do
crazy
the-
eyes and shit like that. So
Yeah, he could definitely do the physical stuff where you're like, oh shit.
yeah, I could see that. That'd be awesome.
Be
They've
good
got
for
it.
his career too.
They've got to introduce Norman somewhere in these next fucking movies.
Yeah.
All right. What ratings you guys give this?
4.5
5
stars.
stars.
One at a time, please. Eric.
Oh, I've changed. I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I thought it was pretty good. I even thought they did a good job with the romance stuff. I was like, it's not in your face too bad.
No,
and
I
it
think
was-
I think they have good chemistry, so I think it played off pretty well.
Yeah.
So
And they definitely did it like where one of the things I did like about her change in character was instead of like being like a model or something where you're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
She's just like a nerd like him.
Well, that's what I liked about the game was the way they
Yeah.
made her in the video game, because she wasn't, like you said, she wasn't a model. She was a fucking investigative journalist and kind of really similar to what he was in his old stuff, where he was a photographer and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
well,
And it seems like she could actually help him too.
yeah,
Like, which will be nice.
where it's
Maybe
not,
she
oh,
could
I have to be
be-
saved all the time.
Yeah.
Where that was another issue I had with the fucking the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was, oh, okay, so you got to go save Mary Jane again. Okay, yeah,
Oh, the
all right.
useless chick got herself in trouble.
gotta go
And
save her
it's
again.
actually worse
Okay.
than that. It's the nosy, useless chick.
Yeah.
That's what Lois Lane is.
Mm-hmm.
She's the nosy, useless chick. She runs out there and gets herself into these terrible spots, and then almost gets herself killed. And if, like, for instance, like, let's say Superman's taking a shit, and it's like halfway through, and then he hears, "Oh, I'm about to be shot," and he hears the gun go off. He's like, "Well, son of a bitch!"
Then he breaks his toilet because he's got to finish it off real fast.
Yeah. I mean, or he just flies there with his pants down.
You
Just,
imagine
like,
the people
waving
on
a
the
super
ground getting
dong.
fucking hit.
Hey, it's a super dong. Look at the
Damn it.
super shit coming out of there.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
these little pellets. I'm a spaceman, all right? They're pellets. Gee.
All right, Jason, what'd you give?
I give it 5 stars. And I was thinking about it just now while Eric was talking, but I think it was the second Spider-Man movie of not Tobey Maguire, but the next guy. I can't think of his name.
Andrew Garfield.
And yeah, With the guy who had the electric powers, that one I didn't care for so much. The villain to me in that one felt weak. The backstory and everything didn't feel very strong. Like
Honestly, both the villains in that movie were kind of shit.
yes, so was the other one.
The Green Goblin that they
Not
had
great.
in that, he just didn't look right. I don't like that guy. Anyways, he's not. I mean,
Who's
yeah.
the guy?
Fuck, he's in the fucking that movie that we watched, Jason, the fucking Valerian movie. He played Valerian, but I don't know. He doesn't play it off
Ew,
very
Dane
well.
DeHaan or whatever his name is.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that guy? Oh God, how the hell's he even in any movies? I know he's gonna have a Me Too story come out at some point.
But I wouldn't mind having like a Spider-Verse thing because they've kind of introduced the multiverse in this. So have fucking Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire show up. That'd be fucking great.
I want the noir fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like
and then we have Nicolas Cage pop out as the real life
just
noir
got
Spider-Man
cool.
also.
Yeah.
He's like shooting people and they're like, whoa, 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 what are you fucking doing? Calm down, dude.
This is how we do it in mine. All right. And then Jake Johnson shows up and he's fucking fat and
Yeah.
eating a pizza and he's like, "What? I'm fucking eating a pizza, god damn it!"
Fucking drinking a beer. It is
I
literally. Oh man, it's just fucking him from New Girl.
I don't do the bank. God
Yeah.
damn. Can I borrow $20 from you guys? No, a piece. Each of you. Can I have $20? I gotta pay my fucking phone bill. How the hell do you only have a $40 phone? I have my ways. It's like
Oh,
some
man.
fucking ancient 1998.
Yeah,
Flip
fucking
phone.
flip phone. Oh man.
So what'd you
What's
give it, Steve?
Google?
I gave this movie 5 stars. Of course I gave it 5 stars. I'd give it more stars if I could. Really
Five
fucking
I
I
plus
tell
like
you
this
what,
movie.
Steve. This one time you can give it as many stars as you want. What are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it about 40 stars.
Holy shit! I thought you were gonna say 7. 40 is a lot.
The
more
problem
than
is if
7.
he can give it as many as he wants, well, 40 is a really, really low rating. I mean, that is so low.
I
'cause he
wanted to
could've been
give it
like,
infinity, but then the next movie could be
It's
better,
out
and
of
then I
5,
can't
though.
go that much.
It's out of 5.
yes, you
So
can, Steve. There's
40
always
is good.
infinity plus
That's a
one.
good thing. Because that just means he likes it 8 times more than a normal 5-star
Or
movie.
infinity times infinity.
Doesn't work,
You can
Jason.
always beat
That's
infinity.
just numbers nobody can comprehend.
That's different type of math.
With the 40. Yeah.
That's multiverse math, all right? We're not doing that.
But it's a multiverse
like
movie.
The multiverse
It's the
where 1
only
plus
movie
1
that can
equals
be
3.
rated with multiverse math is literally Spider-Man.
Teriology math.
Fucking teriology piece of shit.
Is it funny that in the next Iron Man movie, I just want to see that guy get pushed off a building and die and be like, "Ah, he died."
No, it's not. It is
Oh.
just that's what has to happen now.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
Yeah. Fucking
He's like, "Wait, what's my role again? Oh,
Don-
you get pushed off a building and you die. What?
Don Cheadle comes through and just fucking knocks him off the building.
Yeah, he's like, "You're not fucking Brody, bitch."
Oh man. All right. So next week's movie, you said Kelly had a movie choice?
Yeah, she wanted to pick Aquaman.
All right. We haven't watched that yet? Jesus Christ, how have we not watched that yet?
Well, we didn't do Into the Spider-Verse either, did we?
I think we might have done that.
I thought
Okay,
we
well-
did that one.
I wouldn't have been there, so I don't know. I missed quite a few.
Yeah, we talked about it because you talked about your. I'm pretty sure we did because I remember. I don't know if you were there. or
Yeah,
not.
you were there because we talked about the music.
Yeah, your
Oh,
daughter
that's
was
right.
scared of
I
the.
was
of
there for
the,
that one.
what
Yeah,
was
that
the
music was
Night
fucking
Stalker
terrible.
or whatever. What the hell's that guy's name?
The Stalker is a good name. I like it. It makes
That
him even
guy-
more
The
scary.
Prowler?
That's
The Prowler.
the
That
Stalker.
guy needs to be in the fucking movie. That was a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Stalker is a scarier name than the Prowler.
I don't know. The Prowler sounds like he's in your house, like gonna do something. The Stalker sounds like he's outside taking pictures with a sock around his junk.
I like that little detail you added in there.
You know, I don't know. Maybe we haven't talked about it. I'm gonna have to go through the YouTube stuff and see. But
You used to have a list you'd write them on each week. Did you stop doing that?
well, we used to record the podcast, and I'd have a list right there to do it. We don't do that anymore, so I don't have that kind of thing. So I have to look through the YouTube playlist and check it. So we'll do that later, though. All right, so we'll watch Aquaman next week. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Put that up there. You guys don't have anything else? Good?
No.
Nope, all good.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turketer, and twitch.tv/Turketer Plays. You can also go to youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. You can follow us on Twitter @HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter @Turketer. You can follow Eric on Twitter
Quick and severe.
Jason on Twitter
Unbelievable one.
Kelly on Twitter @SugarSnuggles, and Ricky on Twitter @FurryTwitterballs. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky @HAPGaming.com. Each one of those names individually @HAPGaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turketer Plays. You can also find donate links on there. So if you want to help us out, click those donate links and help us out. Help us get some money for some games and some rent and other stuff. It'd be
Like
awesome.
food,
Yeah.
clothing.
I live in California, all right? It's hard to live over here.
We're not wealthy people.
No, we are in a tyrant-run state.
So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next week as we talk about Aquaman. And join us sometime next week as we stream some video game of some sort. Figure it out. Thanks for watching, everybody.
It'll be Wednesday this week too, Steve.
All right.
Bye, everybody.